So in this video, we're just going to cover the full guide about the menu, the settings, and what all the icons are on the TYREWATCHER X2 version 3. So at the start it says E24, E2.4, so that's the current software or firmware version on the unit. There's another video which you can see in the links below in the description about how to upgrade the units if you need to do this. So I've just taken a picture of the screen here as it goes by pretty fast. So on the outside here we obviously have the pressures. These are going to be the tyre pressures. On the inside we have the tyre temperatures. These two here, which are used for spares or airbags, just show the tyre pressure. But you can also, if there's a high or a low temperature alarm, so if there's a high temperature alarm or a quick increase in temperature, you'll still get an alarm on these. You just won't be able to see the actual temperature. So that's it. You've got pressure, temperature. You've got every wheel that shows is a wheel that's currently paired. So if you've got a 6 sensor set, you won't be seeing 6 wheels shown. You can see here it's the 12. That's why we're seeing 12 wheels. Actually, we're seeing all 12 because this was just turned on. But all the wheels will show just for the ones that are paired. You got a sun icon over here, which will be on if the solar unit is charging the battery. You got bar or PSI, which is your pressure unit. Degrees or Fahrenheit, which is your temp unit. High alarm, which is the H in the circle. Low alarm, which is the L in the circle. A temperature alarm, which is the thermostat. Quick decrease or increase in air pressure alarm, which is the wheel with the little dashes in it. Sensor battery alarm. So if your sensors on your wheel have a low battery, you'll get this alarm coming on. So that basically covers all your icons here on the unit. So here the unit is here. Charging port on this side. Solar panel on the back. 3 buttons on the top. You can use this bracket to mount it, or you can pull it off and just mount it directly on the dash on the bottom. Just allows you to have some angle adjustments. 2 lights on the front. One's just a red flashing light that warns you when there's an alarm. The other is the light sensitivity. So obviously if I cover that, the backlight comes on so you can see it at night time. Plus, M, minus are your 3 buttons on top. So the first thing I'm going to do is we push the plus button. So you're going to press the top left hand button here to enter the menu. So it's the plus button. So to sort of explain how it works, you can push the plus and minus buttons to go through all of the menu settings. So the first one is bar and PSI. To go into it, you press the middle button. And you can see PSI is flashing. And then you go plus or minus to choose one, and then you press the middle button again to select, and then we're into COF for degrees or Fahrenheit. Choose what you're after, push the middle button to select, and now it's taken us back out to the main menu things, out to the main menu. So if we go all the way through, you can see we've got bar, PSI, a CNF, we got a P5, which is your user set high and low pressures. Go through again, we got TH, which is our temperature, a high alarm. We got EP, which is exchanging tyres. We've got PT, which is actually the repeater mode. And a UP, which is the update mode. And then we're back to the start. So we have covered bar and PSI, temperature setting, user alarm settings, so that's the P5. So if you short press the middle button, it's going to take you into the on-road button, and if you long press it, it's going to take you into the off-road mode. So you can set 2 different tyre pressures for when you're on-road and off-road. So for example, I'll short press the middle button, it takes me to here. Now I'm going to press and hold the right hand button, which is how you get out of the menu, which go back a step, and you can see we're back again to P5. Now I'm going to press and hold the middle button, You can see off comes up down the bottom, so that means off-road. So those are for your off-road settings. So again, I'm going to press and hold the minus button to go back one step. Yeah, 0. Must not click it right. Okay, so we're going to do our user set high and low alarms. So basically, you go to P5, press the middle button, and you can press the plus and minus buttons to choose which one you want to set up. So you can set high and low alarms for all the 6 sets at the back, for these two, and for these two. So you can have different alarms. So that's 1, 2, 3, like 4 different alarms you can have. Press the middle button again. EN means auto alarms enabled or not enabled. So normally you want this to be on 1, which is on. So the only time I want to turn this off, and you can see if I press plus or minus it changes, is if you're going to have it on the airbags, or if you're finding you're getting auto alarms because the pressures are jumping all the time. For example, if your pressure increases above 2 to 3 psi quickly, you're going to get an auto alarm. So that's handy to turn this off if you have it on airbags, or if you have your tires very low and you're going to have lots of bumps and your tires are say jumping from 10 psi to 12 psi as these bumps come and go. But normally you have this on 1, so that's on. You set your high alarm, plus and minus to choose what you want. Press the middle button to select it. Low again, same, plus and minus to choose what you want. Press the middle button to select it. Now it's taking us to the next axle. So you can just go through. Again, press the middle button to go into it. Middle button, middle button, middle button to do this one. The middle button, set them. If you set your high and low both to 0 and 0, that means there's no user set high or low alarms. And again, the caravan sensors. Press it again. And what it actually does is when you press the menu button on the last one, it takes you back to the previous menu, and you go to the next option, which is your temperature. So if I push the plus or minus again, you can see I'm back in that core menu. So TH is your temperature alarm setting. Press the middle button again, plus or minus to choose what you want. The middle button to set it, and you can see it's taking me again to EP, which is to exchange your tires. Which is, so what you can do, so when you first put the sensors on, the sensors obviously have numbers on them. They're just there for ease of use at the start. So you can actually put any number anywhere, and you can swap the sensors around. So you could say, okay, I want to swap 11 and 12. And you just press the middle button, and that'll swap those two sensors. This is handy if you say rotate the tires and you don't want to take this sensors off. To be honest, with external sensors, it's just as easy to take them off and move them around. But if you are using internal sensors, this is where this comes in very handy, because obviously the sensors are inside the tire. So when you rotate your tires, you just need to move them around. So EP is exchanging the tires. So just press and hold the right hand button to get out of the menu. TH, EP, we've gone through that. PT, you got PUT. And 9ET. So PUT means no repeater, and 9E means repeater. So if you don't have a repeater, which majority of you have, I will not have, you'll just leave it on default setting here. Again, press and hold the minus button to go back a menu. Update mode, we've covered this in a different video. This is just update the firmware. And to get out of the menu again, go back to the home, press and hold the right button to go back a step. And you can see we're back at this start here. So that we've basically covered everything in the menu there. The only, we went through the alarms, the high and low pressure setting alarms. So you can do the on-road alarms and the off-road alarms. So the change between the on and off-road mode, as we discussed before. So you go into your P5 here, long press on it, and now we're in off-road mode. So if we press and hold the right hand button, the minus, to enter out of the menu, we're now in the off-road mode. Next thing up the top, you obviously are going to drop your trailer off at times and just want the pressure sensor on your car. Press and hold the plus button for 3 seconds to disconnect trailer. Do a buy, trailer or caravan. Press and hold the plus button again to reconnect it. Fairly straightforward, easy enough to do. That's like the menu, basically fully covered there. Those are all the options you can do.